Good morning, everybody. My name is Katrina Ellis, and I'm coming to you live from the Cobra Club, which is a wonderful digital networking platform which has women from all around the world. And I'm joined this morning by Elaine Atherton and Yvonne Taylor, who are two Cobra Club leaders with myself who run their own meetings within the Cobra Club. So we wanted to take the time today to honour the day that's in it for International Women and just to share with you as well a little bit about how the networking platform works for us and our own personal thoughts on this day and the poignancy it has. So, Elaine, I'll move to you first and just ask you what does International Women's Day mean to you?
Gosh, it's such a powerful day, isn't it? I think for me, where I've come from as a background of strong women in my family, who sort of led their own way, if you like, in life. And then I worked for a company, which I'll talk about a little bit later. And there was an amazing, figurehead was a female. So I just think it's a wonderful thing, isn't it, that the power of women and the things we can do, and as a group, how we can multitask is quite incredible, isn't it? So it shouldn't just be one day. I will say that, though. I think it is about who we are and what we do on a daily basis, isn't it? Is fantastic. But it's a day. This is the day where we're celebrating and shouting. So it absolutely is such an important day for women, not just as in family and the family aspect, as in business as well, because I don't know about you, but I'm sitting here with two amazing business owners who are females, and I know tons and tons of female business owners who are just so wonderful at what they do. So it's a great day, isn't it?
Absolutely. Totally agree, and I agree with you. It's a bit like Valentine's Day, I guess. It's a day that we're reminded to be grateful for the love in our life. But equally with International Women's Day, it's a great day to mark it with bells on. But it is something that we can honor all through the year.
Yeah.
So thanks for that, Yvonne. Welcome. Thanks for joining us this morning. So what does International Women's Day mean to you?
Well, to me, it means a day of celebration. And it's not a celebration about the women that are at the top of the CEO tree and all that. It's about the everyday woman. And there's lots of unsung people, and women especially, that do never, ever get recognized for the work they do, whether it be in smaller businesses, with family, with charities. They're unsung heroes. So it's a day to celebrate, if you like, the unsung heroes in the women's world. So yes, and I've been guided, and I use a lot of them as my examples going forward, and that. So it's great to be a part of that show.
It is. It's great, and I totally agree with you on the unsung heroes. I think as females, we're not so keen on stepping into the limelight when we've every reason to shine a light on what we're doing, but we're often kind of keep in the background. But that's a great opportunity today, I think, to honor a lot of the unsung heroes in our lives. So that's fab. Thank you very much. Elaine, do you want to maybe share a little bit about what you do and how your work supports women in the world today?
Yeah, sure. Having built a big business in a predominantly female industry, I've been surrounded by a lot of women for a long time. And to be perfectly honest, when you're in that world, I worked for the Body Shop for a long time. And when you're in that world, you're surrounded by lots of females who have goals and missions. And as Yvonne said, that, every little small step is really valuable to their life, and is equally should be celebrated when they achieve it. So for me, when I started my sales coaching business, I really wanted to focus on those people who had taken the plunge in using their expertise to build a business, but actually were equally terrified in equal measures. It was the excitement of, I'm going to do this, to actually I feel physically sick now, because now I've got to sell my product, and who'll buy it, and what does that look like? So I built my business, which is called Sum It Up, and it's a sales coaching, training, and accountability program, really, that I deliver, because it's all three for me that make it happen. And I work with predominantly women. I do work with men as well, absolutely, but my clients are predominantly women, and I sort of hold their hand and give them a little nudge when they need it as well, because sometimes we need that little nudge to get out of our comfort zone, don't we? So yeah, so that's what I do, and I love the fact that I can help make a small difference or a big difference in their business and help them make things happen and fulfill their goals, really.
Brilliant. What a fulfilling job to have, I think, to be able to have that role in females, because we all need help. And I think sometimes as females, we're not necessarily great at putting our hands up, myself included. So to have somebody like you to be able to support people in the goals that they're setting for themselves as business owners, that's an amazing gift to have and an amazing offering to the world. So happy days. Well done you. Yvonne, how about you? How in your world do you support women with the work that you do?
Oh gosh, well, For You No Worries is a company that was set up because after what I've gone through of losing all my close families, it's very daunting for a woman to start suddenly dealing with insurances, financial planners, and all these sort of specialists, because it's a man's world. So by using someone like myself that's gone through it, that works with these people on a day-to-day pace, it's just holding their hands and saying, actually, it's not a frightening thing. So as a people connector, I will connect them to these people and hold their hand all the way through their journey of talking to this specialist and showing them that, these are people that you can talk to. But it's so much a man's world, the financial services sector, estate planning. The barriers are gradually getting broken down, but you still see people. So being able to talk to the specialists and me hold your hand, and then obviously going forward doing the workshops for the terminally ill and their loved ones, because again, it's a minefield, especially for a woman. It's it's like a horrible place to be. I can tell you, it's horrible to have someone to hold your hand. So that's me. That's what I do for people, and also during my life with my day-to-day, I will connect you with just about anybody you can think of to help you grow your business and work in collaboration with other businesses.
And it's so interesting, isn't it, Yvonne? As you've been talking, then I thought, I need to introduce you to this person, because I know you'll have some great synergy. She's another amazing business owner. So I've written that down, so we'll catch up about that later.
Thank you.
What about you, Katrina?
Yes.
You help women as well, don't you?
What I do, and I definitely echo what Yvonne just said. I mean, I haven't personally experienced the loss that you've experienced, but I think too the estate planning and the financial services is an industry that's very male dominated, and I'm on a similar mission to Yvonne to shake that up. So I'm in the financial wellness space, empowering women with by increasing their financial literacy. So a lot of women they're afraid of numbers, they're afraid of money stuff, they don't want to deal with it, and they often don't. They pass it over to the male in their lives, perhaps, because they just find it too overwhelming. Maybe it's come from not having a strong female model in their life, or having a model that delegated it to somebody else. But for me, it's really important for lots of different reasons that women really understand their numbers, their money stuff. And if anything were to ever happen to that male in their life, they're not at a total loss. They know what to do. They know what they need to put in place, and they can take the reins, and run with it. So for me, it's hugely powerful. And International Women's Day just marks, for me, gives me another reason to remind myself as to the poignancy of the work that I'm doing, and to be able to pass that information to females so that they can go on to live their lives to their absolute fullness and never ever have to make a decision in their lives or for their loved ones. They can't do something because of money. So for me, that's really, really important to have that independence financially. And I'm in the property space as well. I'd say 95% of my clients are females. We're shaking up the buy-to-let property space and bringing lots of females in who, again, would stay on the outskirts and do it with husbands, and now they're actually stepping into it themselves, and they're buying their buy-to-lets, something they would have been afraid to do before. So it's really empowering work to be able to see women buying their first buy-to-lets and seeing the excitement that they can see how they can replicate this, and how this has the possibility to provide for them long in the rest of their lives, and then potentially pass it on to as a legacy to their kids. So it's hugely exciting work and very fulfilling, and I'm very proud and happy to be a woman on this day. And I think worldwide we are going through such a massive transitionary phase at the moment, and I think females have the possibility to play a huge role in this if we so choose. And my personal commitment is around stepping into that role and definitely saying, whilst I'm on this planet, I'm going to kick ass as much as I can. And my chair, this is my throne, which I've recently acquired, so I'm fully stepping into my queen and going for it and trying to improve, females' lives in lots of respects with the work that I'm doing. So loving the opportunity to celebrate this in this way today. So I was going to ask you as well. We were talking about this earlier, Elaine. In terms of a role model, is there somebody in particular, female role model, that strikes you on your journey to where you are today, that you would like to kind of honor by mentioning?
I would. There's two. One is my mum, who's passed away many years ago now, but she was definitely a can-do person. So we didn't. Me and my sister, we sort of lived in this bubble of, well, if you want to do that, you can do it. And we've taken that with us through our careers, really, and in our lives. That yes, it's not the, no, don't do that, or don't do this, or don't. It's that, yeah, you can do it if you want to do it. If you want to do it enough, you will make it happen. Which of course is make it happen is one of the things that I say all the time to people. But in a working capacity, I probably then, as I went into my network marketing world and worked with Anita Roddick, I can honestly say I was blown away by that lady. I mean, one amazing lady, inspired so many people. And from listening to somebody speaking and talking about their journey and their passion for what they do, I can honestly say I've never listened to anybody like her since or before that. She was such an inspiration. And of course, she was absolutely what obstacles, she was that person. If you get over it, you get under it, you get round it, but you will get beyond it if you want to do it enough. And she was definitely that person. So Anita Roddick, and I know lots of people out there, she's massively impacted their lives as well. But one phenomenal lady.
Oh, cool. She was so ahead of her time, I think, in some of the things that she brought, which are now taken for granted, but she was one of the real trailblazers. So yeah, definitely an amazing female to honor. Yvonne, how about you? Is there a female in particular that you you'd like to mention in terms of being a role model to you?
I think the role model that always reverberates with me is Mother Teresa, who thinks of everybody and is very humble and has taught me a lot about being very humble and thinking of everybody. Everybody has a role to play somewhere. So whether you're running a multinational company down to your one-man band, everybody should be treated equally. And to me, she really, sums that up to me. I've always been taught in life that even if it's the cleaner, you still talk to them and respect them. Right up to, as I say, the CEO. So to me, she is my role model. So I never forget when I'm talking to people, they are valued, and never be afraid to push the boundaries as a woman. Because I know when I worked for what was then Royal Mail Letters, they have a post office investigation department, and that was male only. Okay. And I said to them, well, why can't I work in it? I am a special constable. And all I'm asking is to do the administration side of the role. I understand why a female cannot be an investigation officer. I totally get that. But why can't I do it? So I pushed the boundaries and became the first woman in the post office investigation department. So never be afraid as a woman to challenge and push those boundaries, because you can do it.
That's great. A great piece, and I think that's so important, Yvonne, is that lots of people like Anita Roddick and Mother Teresa push the boundaries on a regular basis, and so great change came about because of that. So a really good one. For me, I think the role model I'd share with is I think I'd agree with Elaine. It's kind of twofold. Personal would be my mum, who's an inspiration, and I come from a long line of females, of very strong females. And then business wise would be somebody who's been a great teacher to me would be Anne Wilson. She's also known as a Welsh chef, and she set me on my journey to financial wellness and learning, opening a whole new world to me, which now has enabled me to find my passion and continue to work with other women and pass that on and make sure that ripple effect spreads farther and wider. So that would be the one for me. But amazing females, and hopefully some of the people watching in or watching this later will go check those the ones that you don't know maybe out and see if there's something that they can inspire you with. Just wanted to wrap up the session then, ladies, by just maybe profiling a little bit about what we do in the Cobra Club, because all of us are leaders of our own meetings. And interestingly, before I came on, I was going through all the meetings and looking at the leaders. And I was very pleasantly surprised to find out that there's actually 10 female leaders out of a total of 16, which I actually thought it would be the opposite, but it's not. So we are dominating in the Cobra Club as female leaders. So if you maybe would each like to talk a little bit about your own session and just let the people who are watching in know when those are on. And obviously you're more than welcome, anybody watching in, to come join us at my own meeting. And obviously Elaine and Yvonne extend that invitation too, because it's an amazing space. I've been a member of the Cobra Club for the last year now, and the opportunities it has opened up, the business it has generated, the collaborations that have come from it, the friendships that have come from it, the support. It's just, to me, it's been an absolutely invaluable tool. And it's more than networking to my mind. It's almost like a tribe of amazing people, and it attracts big-hearted individuals to the club. So, it's something I highly recommend anybody listening in and wanting to really up the game in terms of networking, swing by, because it's not just once a week thing. We're open 10 till 5, Monday to Friday. You can drop into reception anytime. You can have your one-to-one meetings there, and you can join any of the led meetings that are, I think there's over 20 every week. So you can really get huge value, and it's a hugely attractive cost of £30 a month. So it's very, very attractive. So Elaine, I'll pass over to you. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your meeting and how that works with the Cobra Club?
Yeah, sure. Firstly, I second everything you said there, which was very eloquently put. So it is absolutely amazing group, isn't it? I think the big thing for me when I joined it was that everybody just made you feel so welcome, and it's very friendly and very supportive, which is absolutely huge, isn't it, when you're running your own business? So all of that and above I'm getting from it. My group is on a Wednesday morning. It's called the Make It Happen Hub, and it sort of does what it says on the tin, really. We talk about our wins, which we celebrate, which again, going back to not just females, males as well. We don't celebrate our wins often enough, do we? So we get to celebrate those and share them with other business people in the group, and then we do some accountability, or we share something that actually we're struggling with, because procrastination is not the problem, it's the outcome of another problem. So we can talk about things that we're struggling doing that perhaps other people have had experience of. So we get the chance really to get those things ticked off our list. And once we verbalize something, of course, to somebody else, it absolutely is more likely to happen. So we do that. And we also have a guest speaker every week, which tomorrow, my guest speaker, Sean Atherton, no relation, is talking about imposter syndrome. So that's tomorrow. So, and we go from 9 till 10:30 every Wednesday morning.
Super cool, and it's a great meeting. I can attest to that. I've had the pleasure of attending it, and with Elaine's skill set and her experience, it's a very powerful session. There's amazing speakers always at it, so highly recommend connecting. So that's 9 o'clock on a Wednesday morning, and that's every week.
Yes.
Yvonne, do you want to tell us a little bit about your weekly session?
Okay, well, yeah, my meeting, the Jigsaw Hour, is on Thursdays between 9 and 10 at the Cobra Club. And it's all about using the jigsaw to connect people, and that in business, and make these collaborations, have your one-to-ones. We always now have a guest speaker on some element of business. Over the last couple of months, we've been looking at the wellness of business owners, how we can keep ourselves well, and also looking at protection policies. So when we do have that hiccup, there are, a backstop to help us. And this week we've got the lovely Christie Norris, who's also a wonderful business owner in the Cobra, talking about being our Girl Friday, how she can support and help our businesses if we can't do something and can't be there. So yes, that's me.
Brilliant. Cool. Fabulous. So it's a great session as well. And Christie is another example of another female leader in the club who runs a great meeting and is really well connected in the VA space. And myself, my session is on a Friday morning at 10 a.m. Mine is Cobra TT. TT for two reasons, because I'm based in the Isle of Man, and also it's Titan troubleshooting. So I use the session to support members in maybe challenges that they're facing at the moment, and we use the power of connection to, if I can't help them personally, then chances are I'll know somebody who can. So it's a great session to collaborate, to help people connect, to solve the problem. So rather than sitting on your own at home, scratching your head as to how you're going to fix whatever it is that's popped up, bring it to the group and let other people help you and support you in whatever it is that you are feeling challenged about at the moment. So anybody who's interested in maybe checking out, details will probably be posted above or below, depending on what you're looking at. So do come check us out, the Cobra Club. It is a superb space to network in, an amazing group of people. We've had the pleasure of meeting Elaine and Yvonne this morning, who lead our sessions. And so do come by. Thank you for watching in today. We're really glad to have had the opportunity to mark International Women's Day as female leaders in the Cobra Club. And here's to hopefully we'll be marking it in a bigger way next year with the Cobra Club as we expand and bring in more and more female leaders and members. So thank you for listening in today. Thank you, Elaine, for joining me. Thanks, Yvonne. And we'll see you all soon. So do come and join us and check everything out that we are doing on the Cobra Club. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.